Hello and welcome back. I'm your instructor Sunil, and in the next few lectures we are going to learn about MongoDB Atlas. What is MongoDB Atlas and how we can use it and how we can work with MongoDB using MongoDB Atlas. That's what we are going to learn in the next few lectures. So let's get started. So first thing first, what I'll do, I'll just search on Google MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so we'll just click and see here the first search results. You just click on that and it will take you to the MongoDB Atlas page. This is the mongodb.com/cloud/atlas. Okay, so what is MongoDB Atlas? MongoDB Atlas is a cloud hosted MongoDB service on Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform. So what does it mean? It means that we can use MongoDB as a service. So till now what we have seen in this course or in this class is that we have used MongoDB on our local machine. So we have installed MongoDB and we have used it in our local machine, or if you would have deployed in your project, you would have deployed on a server, on a local server. But sometimes what will happen, we must have, or we maybe have lots of data which we cannot store on a local machine. It will be so much data in terabyte or gigabytes. So in that case, and there is a dependency on the machine as well, on the database side as well, and on the data as well. Data is also dynamic, so we cannot store that much data, we cannot process that much data on our on a single server or a single machine, or we need to update our machines, we have to update our servers, we have to upgrade our memory size, RAM, etc. So we have to scale our server, we have to scale our machines to accommodate those rising data, those increasing data, or increasing the processing that we are doing on the data. So to tackle that, in case of MongoDB and in case of big data, and in case we every now and then we cannot scale, right? It is very money wise also it is very much costing, and in the effort wise also. So MongoDB, what they do, they have given us the option MongoDB Atlas. MongoDB Atlas is a cloud based service where you can host your MongoDB on a cloud as a MongoDB like software as a service. So whenever you want to use or want to deploy your database, or you want to use a MongoDB on your application, you can host your MongoDB on a cloud, and you can use any of the cloud services like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform. Any of these you can use, and you can deploy your MongoDB, and you can start using MongoDB as you were using in your local machine or on your production server. So you can deploy your production level MongoDB also on the MongoDB Atlas, and you can start using MongoDB Atlas on the cloud. So what this will do, this will give you the operational flexibility, and it will also give you the scalability for what MongoDB known as. So you will not be restricted to scale your applications. You can scale your application whenever you need. Suppose if you want to use a 2 GB of RAM machine, you can use that. In future, if you need 8 GB, you can go with that. You can simply select a server and you can scale your server. So this MongoDB Atlas give you cloud based software as a service for MongoDB. Okay, so and this is very easy to use. You just need to do few clicks, few configuration, and you are ready to go. So MongoDB Atlas is a cloud hosted MongoDB service on AWS, Azure and Google Cloud Platform. Deploy, operate and scale a MongoDB database in just a few clicks. Next thing is, it has been trusted by thousands of companies from startup to enterprise. You can see the number of companies using the MongoDB as a cloud service or MongoDB Atlas. So you can trust it because many companies, startup to enterprise, big companies, big applications, they are using MongoDB as a cloud service using Atlas. And it is fully automated and elastic. You need not to worry about whether your server will be up or down or you will lose your data. No, it will be distributed, it will be the replicas will be created, so all the things will be taken care by the MongoDB Atlas, and you need not to worry about whether some of the server is down or not. Your data will always be up. Okay, so you can be stress free when you are using MongoDB Atlas. So what MongoDB.com says, MongoDB Atlas automates infrastructure provisioning, setup and deployment so your teams can get the database resources they need when they need them. So you need not to worry about the provisioning of the infrastructure or setup or deployment. Whenever your team, whether it's a development team or deployment team or even a test team, they need it, they can use it. Okay, and they can scale it also. Patches and minor version upgrades are applied automatically. So if you want to apply some updates, or you want to upgrade, or if you want to upgrade your database, or if you want to add something, those patches and minor version upgrades are applied automatically. Suppose you are using MongoDB version 3 and on MongoDB 4 you want to upgrade, that you can do automatically. It can be done automatically whenever just a few clicks, and you can upgrade from one MongoDB version to another MongoDB version. That's so simple. Okay, and when you need to modify your cluster, whether it's to scale out or perform an upgrade, MongoDB Atlas lets you do in a few clicks with no downtime windows required. So there is no downtime required because your data will be stored on the many clusters. So if you want to upgrade or scale, no need of a downtime. Your applications can be still up and running with the other instances of the MongoDB cloud, and you can upgrade in the background. Next is always on and durable. So like I said, your data will be always available. As you can see, any of the server, if is going down, one or other server will be off to serve your data. Okay, next is secure from the start, and MongoDB Atlas is a very secure. MongoDB Atlas makes is easy to control access to your database. It will easy to control the access of your database. You can create users and provide them access to the database very easily using MongoDB Atlas. That we'll see in the coming lectures. Your database instances are deployed in a unique virtual private cloud. So it's not a private public cloud. Your data will be applied on a virtual private cloud. So it will be very secure. And if you are using the paid version of the MongoDB Atlas, you will be getting the virtual private cloud, and your data will be secure. But if you are using free version, it will be limited storage and limited things. But if you want to go into the development or production, you have to you have to get the paid version, and your data will be fully secure on a virtual private cloud. Other security features include IP whitelisting or VPC peering, always on authentication, encryption at rest, encryption in transit, sophisticated role-based access management, and many more security features has been applied to MongoDB Atlas that will give you your production level application utmost security. The metrics and tools you need all in one platform. So if you are using a MongoDB on your local or on your own server or production level server, then you have to look for the tools. You have to install it separately and you have to work on that. But if you are using MongoDB Atlas, all the metrics and tools that you need will be on one platform, and you can use them whenever you want. Whether you want to analyze the data, you can do that. Whether you want to do some DBA work, you can do that. If you want to provide some authentication, you can do that. So all those things you can easily do with the MongoDB Atlas. It's available in a nearby region on your preferred cloud. So when you sign up for the MongoDB Atlas, you can choose the nearby server. So based on the server location, based on your location, you can select a nearby location, or whatever location you want to choose, you can choose, and your application will be up and running on that particular location server. So your application has a global user base. MongoDB Atlas can also automatically distribute the data you want to any number of regions of your choice for low latency read and write access. Suppose your application, your production level application, or the website is having users from across the globe, so you can choose MongoDB Atlas so that it can distribute your data in such a way that users from a particular country, data will be stored on that particular country server, so that when the user wants to access those data, it can be easily accessible and there will be low latency on read and write access. You can use MongoDB for different purposes. You can use MongoDB for free tier, that will give you 512 MB of storage and shared RAM. So this will be the free tier. This is for applicable for, this is useful for if you are using it for the development purposes. But if you want to go for the production, you have to sign up for the MongoDB Atlas. So this was the introduction of MongoDB Atlas. In the next lecture, we will create an account and we'll get started with the MongoDB Atlas. See you inside the next lecture. So let's get started with the MongoDB Atlas. So to get started with the MongoDB Atlas, we need to sign up for it, and it is free of cost. If you want to use the free tier of the MongoDB Atlas, and if you want to use the paid, then you have to provide the credit card or other financial information to get that. And if you want to use the paid service, then you have to pay for it. So let's sign up. So I'll just provide my email ID, and then we need to provide the password. Then we have to agree to the terms and condition and privacy policy, and then we have to click on get started for free. Click on that and MongoDB Atlas will start. It will take you to the dashboard and you need not to do anything as of now. It will take you to the MongoDB Atlas dashboard. See here, it is setting up. So welcome to MongoDB Atlas, and see here now it is navigating to the MongoDB Atlas. Here we need to choose a path, and we can, if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade anytime. So there are three options: starter cluster, that is free, and in this you will get 512 MB of data, and there will be a shared RAM. Okay, and here single region cluster. So in this you will get all features of this tier, that is starter cluster, and then there won't be any downtime scaling, but here there will be a downtime while scaling up. Okay, and network isolation will be there, and real-time performance metrics will be there, and this will cost you $0.08 per hour. Then there is a multi-region cluster. This will include all the features of this single region cluster plus replicate data across multiple regions that it will comes with. And if you enable this global cluster, then you have to pay extra for that. And when you enable this, you will get these two extra features like globally distributed read and write operations and control data residency at document level. Okay, so if you want, you can sign up with this. So these are the paid versions, but here we are using to learn and for development purpose, so we'll start using the starter cluster. So click on the create a cluster in this starter cluster. Click on that and it will create a cluster for you. Here we have to choose the cloud provider. We'll go with the AWS, and you can choose the region where you want your server to be. So I'll choose Mumbai because I'm in India, and you can choose whatever you want. In all are free tier available here. And then here the cluster tier, shared RAM and 512 MB of storage that we get for free. And here additional settings, MongoDB 4.0 and no backup, and here backup is not available, so no backup. Okay, and then here we need to give the cluster name. You can leave it is, or if you want to give, you can give my first cluster. If you want to give name, so I'm giving here my first cluster, and then we have to click on the create cluster. So just click on that and see here, now the cluster is being created for us, and it will take 1 to 3 minutes to provision the cluster. So we have to wait for that and our cluster will be created. Here is a simple guide that will tell you what is the next step you need to do while provisioning the MongoDB Atlas. So see here, build your first cluster. After that we need to create our database user, first database user, then whitelisting our IP address, and then load sample data, that is optional, and then connect to your cluster. Okay, so we'll just wait here to cluster to be created, and here we are deploying your changes 0 to 3 servers complete, provisioning 3 servers. So here there will be a 3 node cluster will be created. Okay, so we'll see it will be showing here. Okay, and here it is showing the details, and if you want to see the dashboard, what are the options here, so here you'll see the details of MongoDB account, preference organization, sign out options, and here cluster, data lake in the beta version, then database access, network access, advanced, all these security things you can do here, then project management, and then here services, charts, stitch, that also will see in the coming lectures. And then we have the help here, docs, documents and support if you want to learn more about it. So see here our first cluster is created. So see here, replica set 3 nodes. Okay, and it is not being linked to the Stitch app, so that also we'll try to see in the coming lectures. And logical size is 512 MB, like that. Okay, so our first cluster has been created. Next thing is we need to create our first database user. So we have to click on this and it will guide us where we need to go. We need to go to the database access, click on the database access, and here you can find add new user options. So click on that. So we have created the cluster. Next thing is we need to create an user. Okay, so what I'll give username Sunil and I'll enter the password. Okay, and then here we can provide the privileges. So user privileges, Atlas admin, read and write to any database, only read database, and okay, and here we can provide the if you want to make this user as a temporary for 6 hours, 1 day or 1 week, so here you can select. But we don't want to make a temporary user right now, so what I'll do, I'll just simply put a permanent user and I'll give username and password, and I'll select the user privileges as a read and write to any database, and I'll click on add user. Before that, see here there is a option to choose method, password method and certificate method. Okay, so you can select. So here we are going with the password method. Okay, so again I have to put the password and click on add user. See here, now 40% completed. Now next task is to whitelist your IP. Click on that. We need to go to the network access, click on that, and here we need to add IP address. So what I'll do, so see here there is a two options. We need to provide current IP address we can add, or allow access from anywhere. When you choose allow access from anywhere, you can connect to this cluster from anywhere, but you have to provide the username password. And if you add your current IP address, you can connect only through this IP address. So this is the safer way, because we can connect only through this IP. And when we are deploying in the production environment, we need to give the production IP address. So this always I'll suggest always use this one. Even this is also secure, because after this also you can connect from anywhere, but even though you have to provide the username password, but here you can connect only from this IP address, and after that also you need to provide the username password. So this is the more safer way to allow IP addresses. Okay, and here you can put this as a save as a temporary whitelist. So if you want to allow some IP addresses for a temporary of 6 hours or 1 day or 1 week, you can choose this, and after that period of time that IP address won't be allowed. Okay, so click on confirm here. So see here, now it is being done. So IP whitelisting is being done here. Okay, now you have to wait for it. Status is pending. So now status is active. Next thing is we need to load the sample data. That we'll do later, and then connect to a cluster that we'll see in the next lecture. See you inside the next lecture. Hello and welcome back. So we have created our first cluster, and then we have created our first database user, and then we have whitelisted our IP address. Next step which is being suggested is load sample data, which we will not do as of now, and so we'll skip this step and we'll go to the connect to your cluster. So when you click on connect to your cluster, it will ask you to click on here. Okay, so we need to click on this connect. So this is our cluster that we have created, my first cluster, and to connect to that cluster we need to click on the connect. So just click on connect, and it will show you a pop-up which will be saying connect to my first cluster. And here you can choose various options, like if you want to connect to the MongoDB cell that you are running on your machine, then you can do that. Next is connect to your application, or connect your existing application to the cluster. The third option is connect with MongoDB Compass. Okay, so what we will do, we will go with the first option as of now, and we will try to connect our cluster with the MongoDB cell, Mongo cell. Okay, so click on this, and here you can see there are various options that you can see here. It is the first option is I do not have Mongo cell installed. So if you have not installed MongoDB on your machine, then this option you can proceed with. The first step in this option is if you do not have local MongoDB installed on your machine, then the first step is get the latest MongoDB cell compatible with your cluster, that is 4.2.2. so here you can go ahead and download for your operating system. Then the second option is add Mongo cell to the download directory. Okay, and then the third step would be taking this string and running in your command line in Mongo cell. Okay, to get the Mongo cell. Okay, but we already have the MongoDB installed on a machine, and what I have done, I have gone ahead and downloaded the MongoDB 4.2 as well, because if you run the older version of MongoDB, it may throw you error, and you have to select here which version you want. So I want to show you this with the MongoDB latest 4.2. So that's why I have installed MongoDB 4.2 as well on my machine. You also go ahead and install. So I have the MongoDB shell installed, and then select the version that you are running, and then run your connecting string in your command line. So I'll just copy this string, and what is this string is Mongo. Then here it is showing you the MongoDB cluster detail, and then it is showing us the username Sunil. So with the username that we have created here in the cluster, it is trying to connect to our cluster. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'll show you how to connect our Mongo shell with this cluster. Okay, so we need to go to the MongoDB directory, that is bin directory. We need to just copy this, open a command prompt. I have already opened, so I'll close that and I'll open again. So open a command prompt and go to the MongoDB directory, that is MongoDB/server/4.2/bin. And after going here, we need to go back to the MongoDB Atlas and we need to copy this string. And once you are here, you just need to paste the string here, MongoDB plus server or service, and then you have to put the MongoDB cluster detail here, and here database is test, and the username is Sunil. When you hit enter, it will ask you to enter the password for this user Sunil. Hit and it will ask the password, so just enter the password and it will be connected to your Mongo shell. Your Mongo shell will be connected to the MongoDB cluster that we have created in MongoDB Atlas. See here, now it is trying to, looks like this MongoDB Atlas cluster IP widely allows you to, okay, we are getting some error. So we have successfully connected to our Mongo shell, but there is a problem when I'm using this thing anywhere, when I'm IP whitelisting, when I'm using current IP address, I'm not able to connect, but when I'm using everywhere, I can connect. So like you saw, we got the error, and when I change the configuration to connect from everywhere, we have successfully connected. So this way we can connect. I'll see what I'll do. I'll again change it to current IP address and confirm, and what I'll do, I'll just try to exit from here and we'll see when it is coming to the active. We'll try to connect again. So now it is active. And we will try to connect again. See, again we are getting error while connecting to the replica set and primary cluster. So again we got the same error, and I'll try to resolve this error. For now, what I'll do, I will make it connect from everywhere and confirm. So now it is active, and we'll try to connect again. And see here, now we have been connected to MongoDB Enterprise, my first cluster, shard, primary. Okay, so to check here, what I'll do, I'll use show DBs, and it will show us the database available. What I'll do, I'll create one database for us. You give the database name MyDB. So use MyDB will create a new database. And what I'll do, I'll just insert something. So first collection dot insert so I'm inserting one document inside the first collection. I'm creating a new collection, first call, and hit enter. See, now what I'll do, I'll use show DBs, and see here, now we have a new database, that is MyDB created. So now we have, earlier we have admin and local, now we have MyDB. So we have created a new database. I'll do db dot first call dot find to see whether our data has been inserted or not. Sorry, first call dot find. I've given the name wrongly. See here, now we have the document name, and for name entries Sunil. Okay, so value, ID and value. Okay, so this way we can connect to our Mongo cell using MongoDB cluster in the MongoDB Atlas. So when we come back to the cluster, we'll see click on collections and see here the database is MyDB that we have created using cell, Mongo cell here, and that is being shown in the MongoDB Atlas, and the collection is first call, and for that the document is name Sunil. Okay, so this way we can connect to the MongoDB Atlas through Mongo cell. Okay, so see here, we have completed all the tasks, and if you want, you can load sample data as well if you want. Okay, so click here, and here you have to click on load sample data sets. So when you click on that, it will be load the sample data set that will be of approximate size of 350 MB. So we will not load that because we have 512 MB data limitation here. We'll try to create our own data. Okay, so see you inside the next lecture. So in this lecture we are going to install MongoDB Compass. MongoDB Compass is a graphical user interface for MongoDB. MongoDB Compass allows you to make smarter decisions about document structure, querying, indexing, document validation, and many more things you can do with the MongoDB Compass. Commercial subscription include technical support for MongoDB. So basically we can use MongoDB Compass for free, but if you want to get more out of it commercially or in your production environment, then you have to pay for it. That will be come under the subscription of the MongoDB enterprise, and here it's available for all the operating systems like here OS X and Windows, Ubuntu and Red Hat. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and download the Windows 64-bit MSI and I'll download the stable version. Okay, so now, and then I'll click on download. So we will download it, and then we will try to install it, and then after that we'll play with this. We'll work on the MongoDB Compass, and then we'll try to connect MongoDB Compass to MongoDB cluster that we have created through MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so this is related, that's why I'm going through this. So I'll just click on this MSI file and see MongoDB Windows installer is getting it installed. So welcome to the MongoDB Compass setup wizard. Click on next, then click on next, and then click on install. So MongoDB Compass will be installed on our machine. So see here MongoDB Compass setup wizard has finished. So click on finish. So let me open the Compass. See here MongoDB Compass. So I'll just click on it to open it. So see here now MongoDB Compass is being initialized. So it's loading styles and all. So just wait for it to load for the first time. So see here now it has been loaded, and it is showing us the little insight about MongoDB Compass. So it will saying us like performance charts. What is that? Real-time server statics let you view key server metrics and database operations, drill down into database operation easily, and understand your most active collection. So see here it will show you what are the operations going on, what are the read and write operations going on, how many read and write operations are going on, and how you are utilizing the network, how you are utilizing the memory, and what are the most active collections which are being read and write operations are being done on the active collection. So it will show you the most active collections, and then it will show you the slowest collections. So the collection slowest operations which are taking time to like execute. Next thing we'll see what MongoDB Compass do. It is sidebar redesigned. So sidebar they would have redesigned. So it's showing us the then visualize your schema. With the MongoDB Compass we can visualize our schema to get the better insight from our data. You can create and change a query by typing into the query bar, build a query and click apply. So here we can create a query and then we can apply and get insight of the collection. Then build geo queries. So like I said, like MongoDB Atlas also provide you to keep your data from the various locations, and if your data is across various location, if you are getting the data from the various location, you can build geo queries. Okay, visualize, understand and work with your geospatial data, point and click to construct sophisticated query, execute them with the push of a button, and Compass will display your result both graphically and as sets of JSON documents. So all these things you can do with the main thing is with the MongoDB Compass, you can visualize the data, you can visualize the insight from your data. Then interactive document editor, here you can edit the MongoDB document. So whatever document you are keeping in MongoDB, you can edit easily with this MongoDB Compass because it's a GUI, so you can easily edit your document without writing the query. You can edit and you can update. You can visual explain plans. So this is the plan and all. Then index management also we can do with this. We can do the schema validation with this. We can improve CRUD operations with this, and then we can be deployment awareness also. So see here, there are read preferences for the replica set. You can make a replica set primary preferred, a secondary preferred, or nearest. All those things you can do here. And query history it will show you. So this is the basic overview of MongoDB Compass, what is its capabilities, what all the tasks it can do. So now get started with this. Okay, start using so see here, now we are with the MongoDB Compass here. Now what we can do, we can click on the connect to, and we can connect to the MongoDB. We'll see what are the options coming here. Let's see. So see here, now we are going to connect MongoDB Compass to the cluster. Okay, so that we'll do in the next lecture. So see you inside the next lecture. Hello and welcome back. So in the previous lecture we have downloaded and installed MongoDB Compass on our machine. Next thing is we are going to create a connection with our cluster or with the MongoDB. Okay, so we have created the cluster here, my first cluster in MongoDB Atlas. Now I want to connect to that cluster through MongoDB Compass. So what we need to do, we need to click on this connect. So click on connect. So we have already connected with the Mongo cell to the through Atlas. Okay, to Atlas. Now what I'll do, I'll select this option, connect with MongoDB Compass. Okay, so there are three options. So one, connect with MongoDB cell, Mongo cell, that we have done in the last lecture, last lecture. Now we will try to connect with MongoDB Compass. Okay, so let's click on this. See here, now we have the similar options. I do not have Compass and I have Compass. So if you do not have Compass, it will ask you to download and then proceed. Since we have downloaded, I'll select I have Compass and I will select 1.12 or later because we have downloaded the latest one. And then next step is copy the connection string below and open Compass. Okay, so we'll just copy this. So this is the similar string where we'll get the username, then password, and then first cluster, my first cluster, the cluster name is, and then we need to connect. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'll come back to the MongoDB Compass, and here paste your connection string it is asking. So what I'll do, I'll just paste it here and I'll try to connect. I'll show you with the what we usually try, and if you get any problem or error, we will try to fix that. Okay, so let's see what are the things we are getting, whether we are connecting successfully or we are getting any issues. We'll see. Okay, I think we need to provide the password. Connect again. again we got the error. Let's try this way. See here, now we got the right way to try. So when you see here, somebody why I did that, I could have pasted the password in the first try, but I purposely did that to let you know that some people will just put the string and then they will get the error and they will raise the question. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to, instead of putting this entire string, we need to put the password here, the real password that you have selected for your cluster. Okay, so now we have been connected to the Atlas cluster. So there we have three databases. MyDB is the one which we have created, that we can see here as well. So when you click on collections, see here the MyDB, and the first call is the collection that we have created, and name Sunil is the document that we have inserted. Let's check in the MongoDB Compass. Click on MyDB and see here the collection is first call. When you click on that, you will see the data, what data we have. See here, name Sunil. So this is the data we have, and here if you refresh it, it will load the latest one. Okay, and here there is option to refresh also, update also. Suppose I want to make it full name Sunil Kumar, and I'll update. See here, now Sunil Kumar, and we will go back and try to click on here. See here, now it is, so see here, now it is showing Sunil Kumar. So you can update anywhere and it will. So if I update here, suppose I'll make it Sunil again, and I'll click on update. Now I'm updating through MongoDB Atlas. Okay, and I'll check the update whether it is reflecting here or not. I'll just refresh here. See here, now it is Sunil. So we can do that anywhere, we can update. Okay, suppose I want to put suppose employee number, and I'll give employee number suppose 123, and I'll click on update. Okay, now let's go back to the Compass, MongoDB Atlas, and see here, now the document has been updated with employee number as well. Okay, let's see in this here. Sorry, huge. So collections, so we have the collection here. Now I'll try to fetch the detail, db dot first call dot find. See here, now we are getting ID, name, and employee number. So everywhere it is getting updated. You can update from Mongo Cell here, or you can update from the MongoDB cluster, or you can update from MongoDB Atlas. All three will be synced. Okay, so this is the way we can connect to the MongoDB Atlas cluster through our Mongo Cell and through our MongoDB Compass. We'll try to see more hands-on with the MongoDB Compass in the coming lectures. Hello and welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to explore MongoDB Compass. So we'll see what are the things we can do with the MongoDB Compass. So we have already connected to the MongoDB cluster that we have created using MongoDB Atlas. So and we have seen how to update here. And if you want to create a new collection, you have to go to your database. See here, MyDB database that we have created, and when you click on this plus sign, you will see the option create collection. And if you want to drop the database, you can get the option here. So from here you can drop the database, and if you want to create a new collection, you have to click on the create collection. So just click on this, and here we have to give the name of the collection, the name you want to give to the collection. Suppose I'll give test call, and here you can choose capped collection or use custom collection. Okay, that we'll see later. For now we'll not choose any of these, and I'll click on the create collection here. So it will be creating a new collection, so it will create a collection for us. So click on that, and see here, now we have two collections, first call and test call. So test call, we may not have any data. Okay, so if you want to add data to a newly created collection, you can do with these two options. You can import a file and you can insert a document manually here. So I'll click on insert document, and you will get this pop-up, insert to collection mydb.test collection. MyDB is the database name and test call is the collection name. So click on here, and see here object ID will be created by the system itself, and here you can give your field name, and here you can give the value, anything. And here suppose I want to give roll number. For roll number I need to select the data type, so here you can select all the data types are here: binary, boolean, code, date, double. So I'll select integer 32 and I'll give here roll number 23. Next thing is, suppose I want to create a date field, and here I will select data type as a date, and I'll give date here as a 12/2016. Okay, and I'll suppose this many data I want to insert in this document, and click on insert, and see here this has been inserted. So when you refresh it here, you'll see. So let's see in the MongoDB Compass, MongoDB Atlas. So what I'll do, I'll just refresh it here. See here, now we have two collections, first call and test call. Test call we need to check. So test call, and see here the data has been updated here. Now check with the MongoDB cell as well. So what I'll do, so collections, see here two collection, first call and test call. So I'll db dot first call, we need to put db dot first call dot find. Sorry, again I did the mistake. db, enter, db dot first call, there is nothing. Okay, this O is a capital letter O. See here, now we are getting the data here. Okay, sorry, we need to check the test call. Test call dot find. See here, now name Ramesh, roll number is this, and date. So this way we can insert from here, and it will be updated all across. Okay, next thing is, suppose you want to insert another document, then you have to click on, this is the existing collection, and you want to add document, so you have to click on the insert document, and in the same way you can insert whatever field you want. City, suppose LA, salary, suppose I want to put in double, 15,000.67 dollar. Okay, see here, now another document has been inserted. Let's check this also, verify this also with this. See here, now city, LA and all those information has been updated. Next thing, we'll refresh here. See here also. Okay, so this way we can add document to a collection and create a collection. Next thing, suppose you want to update something here, and suppose you want to add a new field like name. Here name is missing, so, and suppose you want to add, this is the information of John. Click on update and it will be updated. Suppose you want to update John's name, so you have put John S and click on update and it will be updated. Okay, so this way we can do that. If you want to delete this document, you have to click on delete document. If you want to clone this document, you have to click on clone document and insert, and see here the document has been cloned. Okay, but the object ID is different. Okay, and suppose if you want to copy, you can copy the document. Okay, and if you want to delete, you can delete from here. Click on delete and delete. So in this way you can copy, clone and delete a document. Okay, and here if you want to drop a collection, you can click on drop collection, and you have to again you have to insert the collection name and click on drop collection. Your collection will be dropped. See here, now first call collection has been deleted. Okay, so this way we can perform the basic CRUD operations using MongoDB Compass. And here there are various options, like you can see the aggregation. If any aggregation framework you have applied, you can see here. You can see the schema, and you have to click on analyze schema, and it will analyze the schema for you, like ID, city, all those things. So it will be giving. The more the data you have, more insight you can get. Indexes you can find here. Validation method you can add, validation rules you can add. Okay, all those things we can do here. Okay.